Things are gonna get better now. But you're still a drunken slob. Things are gonna get better now. You wish you still lived with mom.
Oh, you don't wish you still lived with mom? Well, actually, kind of. I do. I like having no responsibilities. Why would you want to go to work every day when you could just stay home and masturbate? Remember those days? Oh, wait. I still do that. All right. Anyway, as always, thank you for listening to Headbangers and Hooligans. It's yours truly, Scummalicious. Yeah, it's not rancid. Still band of the month, but I just got to talk about them. I have to. I'm going October 26th. That's right. Pulley. First time I'm ever going to see them live. And as I posted earlier, been listening to them for 23 years now, since 1996. I'll never forget the day I bought a steam-driven engine. It was a pretty amazing album, as we all know, for me. Kind of changed my life. It's the number one album in my top 50 of all time, which, by the way, I personally think that my top 50 albums of all time is the greatest list ever created. Because that's what I do. You know, love all my shit, hate everybody else's, but it really is. It's so crazy to me to think that it's taken this long to see them. But you know, they're in California, and here I am in Iowa. That's right, the land of the corn, the land of meth, where we all stay up all fucking week. Meth capital of the world. That's right. Chicago ain't got shit on us when it comes to meth. But no, seriously, it really is kind of crazy when you think about it. Pulley really was the gateway band for me. Uh, you know, I listen, Rancid. Let's go. We've already established how much I love that album, and how when I listen to it, it takes me back to a certain time. It really does. Face to Face was the first CD I ever bought. Big Choice. I think I mentioned that before, which is an amazing album. And that band, oh my God, I still love that band. We've been through all that. Okay. And I love Dookie, Green Day. I still do. It's a great album. I don't give a fuck. You can rip on me all you want. I know they're not the same band that they used to be. And Billy Joe's kind of gotten into politics and all that. But Dookie is a great fucking album. So is Insomniac. Two amazing albums, in my opinion. I don't care. I still listen to them. Still have them on cassette. Uh, I got Green Day, Rancid, and Face to Face all at the same time. And I'm listening to these bands. And I'm like, yeah, I like this shit. Right? It's good stuff. I can play their stuff on guitar. I can't play Iron Maiden on the guitar. Loved Iron Maiden. Still do. Can't play their shit on the guitar. Well, some of it. Getting a little better. It's only taken me a couple decades. Son's fucking blowing me away on guitar, but I'm okay with that. I live my life through him. But back in the day when I get those cassettes, I love saying that, cassettes. They would list the bands that they would tour with. I've mentioned this before. Rancid, they'd say "See You in the Pit," and they'd list all the bands they toured with. Guttermouth. That's how I discovered Guttermouth. It's like, wow, they toured with Guttermouth. I like Rancid, so Guttermouth's got to be pretty cool. Best fucking choice I ever made. That's how I found out about bands. I didn't have the internet. Had MTV, but none of those fucking bands were playing on MTV. Rancid was a little bit, but I'm talking about the, Pulley, Strung Out, Bouncing Souls, all that shit. And then it led to a compilation CD, right? Because all these bands that I seen on the inside of these album covers would be on compilation albums. Pennywise, Guttermouth, like I mentioned before, Gob, Dynamite Boy. I'm just throwing out, various bands. Strung Out, and Pulley. And I remember the name of the compilation album was Pizza Bites. They had two of them, Pizza Bites 1 and Pizza Bites 2. Great compilation CDs. I'm pretty sure most of those bands aren't even together anymore, but you want some great comp CDs, those are the ones to get. Just a lot of cool fucking songs you'll listen to. Most of those bands probably only recorded one album and were done, but who gives a fuck? They recorded an album, right? And give them props for that. But I remember Pulley, the song was Simply Fry, and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. It's kind of heavy, but catchy at the same time. And I like the singer, and I thought, wow, I got to find more out about this band. And sure enough, the debut came out, Steam Driven Engine. And I was like, well, I like Simply Fry, so I'll buy this. Holy fucking shit, was that the best choice I ever made in my life, was buying that fucking album, as we all know. That album really did change my life, because Pulley really did lead me into my bands. And we are talking Jughead's Revenge, Guttermouth, Bouncing Souls, Diesel Boy, Nerve Herder, The Queers, on and on, okay? And I know they're all kind of, a little different, not the same kind of punk rock, so to speak. I know Pulley's considered skate punk, whatever, but I was like, I really want to be in a band when I heard that album. I want to record an album, which we did. Granted, it's not a professionally recorded album. None of us could read music. Talked about that ad nauseum. But we recorded our own fucking album. And the reason for that, for me personally, was Pulley. Pulley is what did that for me. For whatever reason, when Scott Radinsky sings, I'm like, man, I hear you. I feel you. We're fucking doing this, dude. Okay? I know what you're saying. I'm going to go buy some cocaine and get me a fucking black stripper, because that's what I want. That's what you're telling me. Well, not specifically. I mean, his lyrics, the way he sings, and then the music. Jordan Burns was the drummer at the time for Pulley and Strung Out. Now he's in neither one, which is crazy when you think about it. But Chris, amazing drummer. Drummer for Pulley now. He's in like 3 different bands: Implants, Pulley, and shit. I knew I'd do that. I forgot their name, but they're good too. They had a new album come out not too long ago, but dude just kills it on the drums. So underrated. He really is. But it's taken this long, almost 25 fucking years, for me to see this band that kind of really did change my life. And I've said that about a few bands. Listen, Iron Maiden was the band that really, I was like, okay, fuck, I just want to listen to music all the time. I want to watch Headbangers Ball. I don't want to do anything else. And then Faster Pussycat, I listened to them, and I'm like, man, geez, I love this. You know what? Not only do I want to listen to music, but I just want to get laid all the time, or at least beat off thinking about getting laid. And then maybe get drunk while I'm getting laid. And then Monkey Putt, Murphy's Law, I'm like, wow, okay. They take it to another level. Not only am I going to sing about getting laid and getting drunk and fucking, I'm going to say the word fuck a lot too. And just be pretty fucking blunt about it. Wow, okay. Makes me kind of want to play guitar. Then these bands come along. Pulley, it's like, okay, I can do this. I want to start a band. I want to record an album. That's how important this fucking band was to me. You know, still are. They're going to be signing the shirt, and I cannot wait to post a picture of the shirt after they sign it, because I got all these different guys that have signed it. You know, it's got Otis's blood and come on it from Gore. I mean, for me, this is a huge deal. Got to see Gore with Otis before he passed away. I wish I would have taken the time to meet him. I didn't, because Brian had to get back out on the road. But I really got to see all the bands that are important to me. Bouncing Souls, Guttermouth, The Queers. I didn't get to see Iron Maiden, which kind of sucks. But all these bands that I talk about, I get to knock one off the list. Pulley. After Pulley, there's only two left for me, personally, that I want to see before I die. And that's Strung Out and Nerve Herder. And I'm hoping that happens, you know. Nerve Herder, that could be a stretch. I don't know. They're still playing, but it's periodically, and they don't really come through the Midwest. Strung Out still does, so there's still hope for that. Have to see Steel Panther before I die. That might happen this September. And trust me, if that does happen, you guys will be the fucking first to know. But it feels pretty good. I checked out the Boll Weevils that are opening up for Pulley, and didn't know a lot about them. I checked them out on YouTube. Sound pretty decent. I'm good with them for being the opening act. We'll see we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll buy a CD from them or something. But cannot wait to hear Pulley. Cannot wait to meet them. You know, they heard my podcast. They'll be like, "Oh, you're that fucking guy? Really?" Well, you know, they might just say hi, and yeah, that guy's a bit of a lunatic. It'd just be cool to meet him. And what's really cool about this, speaking of Chicago, same place where I've seen the Queers, that's where I'll be seeing Pulley. How about that? It's a small world out there, but I'm telling you, when I seen that the Queers were that Pulley was coming through Chicago, holy fuck, you knew I was there. But yeah, thank you, Pulley. Thank you for everything. Yeah, you've kind of helped me mold me into the fucked up individual that I am, and do not apologize for it, because I appreciate every fucking song you wrote. I know your history better than anyone. I consider myself your number one fan. And what's really crazy, and I've talked about this before, I want to give these bands the love that they deserve, and I want people to know about them, but I don't want them to get too popular, and Pulley is the perfect example of that, which really sucks in a way, because they deserve to be so much more popular than they are. But I'm okay with that. God, I hate saying that. But that's my band. It's like, and all my friends, they just kind of like, they don't really say a lot. So I don't even know if they really like Pulley like I do. But once again, I'm okay with that, because that's my band. I discovered them. You didn't. Motherfucker, you're still listening to that shit on Laser 103.3 or fucking whatever. Whatever the fuck you're listening to. Because you're behind the times. You're not ahead of the times like I am. I'm such a dick, but you know what I mean. Just excited. So I had to talk a little bit about that. Yeah, Pulley, October 26th. Can't wait. Trust me, you'll hear all about it. And that whole week leading up to the show, I'll be doing a bunch of shows. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. So there you go. Love for Pulley. And by the way, please go listen to all their shit. Like I say about all these bands. But I really do mean it about Pulley. Take some time out of your day and listen to a band that can actually play, sing, listen to lyrics, and you're not going to find too much better, especially nowadays. And don't get me started on all that shit that fucking sucks. We don't want to go down that road. Let's make this a happy show. All right. You know I do this. Take it easy, and if it's easy, take it twice. I'm out.